Good afternoon, everyone. So nice to have you with us today. My name is Roncha Trick, and I'm the Director of Business Development here at Nature Sunshine, and excited to have you on this webinar today. To the right-hand side, you will see handouts, so it's a PDF of the slides here, so you can have access to that, so you can print them off or you can save them to your computer, however you would like to do. This is also being recorded, so it will be up on the website in the next couple of days. I will also be emailing out the link to everyone so you guys can listen to it at your leisure after this. So just in case you missed something or I didn't have a chance to take some notes on certain sections, you will have that option. Okay, so let's get started. So the topic today is how to re-engage your business associates. And this is, a question that's on the minds of pretty much everyone in any type of direct sales organization is how do you get people, re-engaged, get reinvigorated, restarted in a sense. And again, I have mentioned this number before, but the magic number for new people starting in a direct sales company is 90 days. So the exact number is 86 days. So 86 days is typically the number that someone lasts. So after 86 days, they typically are gone. If they're not being engaged, if they're not being, taught, if they're not being guided and mentored and things like that. So the first 90 days are so crucial in their development, in their their path of longevity. So that's, I want to make sure that that number is ingrained in your head. So 90 days, 3 months, the day that they start with you, you put it in your calendar that, you need to hold this person's hand for the next 90 days really closely if you want to see them become manager, move forward, develop people, so you can build a legacy for your organization. So come on, slide, there we go. So the billion-dollar question is how do you transform ordinary associates into extraordinary leaders? And that is, again, the billion-dollar question. And this is something that every single, direct sales company and even, companies in general, whether it's, an IBM or Microsoft or anything like that, is how do you transform ordinary, whether they're associates or employees, into extraordinary leaders? So for the direct sales industry, the industry truth is that the landscape has changed, and so have your people, and I'm sure you have noticed this. Associates today, they have endless options for secondary income. There are so many different direct sales companies out there that they can jump on board. And they're also incredibly time challenged. They have, maybe they're working a 9-to-5 job. They've got kids. They've got a family. They're trying to, balance everything. They're trying to, keep up their health. So maybe they're trying to work out and do different things like that. So time is always never on our side. They're less loyal than any time in our history. So they'll jump ship in a sense where they think the grass is greener. Unfortunately, they also have an attention span of a squirrel, and this is, more that younger generation, that ADD in a sense where it's, it's fast-paced, it's social media, it's like, oh, it's shiny and glittery, I'm going to go over here. Ooh, that's really cool over there. That's a really cool video. I'm going to do that. So, we've got that challenge. They want also success to be immediate, and they want it to be easy. And that's something that doesn't happen in a lot of industries. It's not an immediate where you're going to make $1,000 in a week. It's just not gonna, typically that's not gonna happen. And no industry is easy. A lot of, direct sales companies try and make it sound easy. Oh, it's so easy to, become a rock star in this industry, and it's so easy to make money, and it's so easy, easy, easy. And a lot of times that's why they jump in and they think it's easy, and then they're very easily discouraged that, oh my gosh, this is a lot harder than I was told. And again, they're wired to jump ship at the first sign of inconvenience. So if, let's say something happens on the web and an order gets messed up or something, and they're like, oh, I'm done. I'm so done with this. Or, somebody cancels an order and, oh, I'm done with this company. Or, they schedule an herbal hour and no one shows up. Oh, I'm done with this company. So you've got all these things coming at you and coming at your people. And you need to know how to work with them and to get them over these road bumps, because that's all it is a road bump. And we always have to let them know and remind them that you started where they started. And a lot of times they look to you and go, oh my goodness, oh, I could never do what you do. And as part of your job as their leader and as their mentor is to always remind them that, hey, I was in your shoes when I started. I did not have all the answers. I did not know all of the products. I didn't know, all there was to know, but I learned over time, and I, used my mentor and my sponsor, and they helped me, and they helped me grow. So we always want to be reminding them that, you are not an overnight success. Takes time. It takes an investment of your time and knowledge, and the willingness to learn. So that's really important, that you always make sure that you're telling them that, and share stories and testimonials of, oh man, when I started back then, and I did this and did that, and when I started, this is what really helped me, and when I started, I was doing this and this and this to help me get going. And so always, really going back to the basics and letting them know, because the more that you can share that with them, the more they get, more confidence, and they become relieved. They're like, oh, okay, so you've experienced what I've experienced, and you've gone through what I've gone through, but you're still here. So that's what we want. We want to encourage, and we want to instill confidence in with that. And it comes over time. It's definitely not something that's going to happen overnight. So, you have to invest time in your people, and you have to invest time in yourself to really help, create a program for them for their first 90 days, and obviously beyond, but the first 90 days are crucial to get your people to the next level. So the question is, how do we transform first-time entrepreneurs into thriving leaders? And you have to remember that's what they are, and that's what you are, is you're an entrepreneur. You're running your own business. You're in business for yourself, but you're not in this business by yourself. And you always need to remind your people of that you've got the support at head office. You've got the support of, as their sponsor, and then you've got the support of, your upline and those types of things. And there's so much information on the web, like on our website, and webinars and fact sheets and videos, and so everything is there. They just need to be guided towards it, and they need to be held accountable for what you're asking them to do. So again, reminding them that, yeah, they're an entrepreneur, which is so exciting. They're running their own business, which can be scary for people, but just letting them know that there has so many perks, and it's an amazing opportunity. So, we don't want to make it sound like, oh, an entrepreneur, the name, it can sound very scary. Being a business owner, in a sense, can be very scary to some people, where others it can be very empowering. So you've got to feel your people out, and you've got to always remind them that they're in business for themselves, but never ever by themselves. Okay, so let them know that. That's so important. So again, how do we transform these first-time entrepreneurs into thriving leaders? Well, what's the answer? And you need to acknowledge that it's your responsibility, you as their mentor and sponsor, to train and inspire your people to higher levels of commitment, contribution, and achievement. So again, it's your responsibility. Again, you are also in this business for yourself, but not by yourself. We have created so many different resource materials for you. Like, we obviously have all these webinars, and they're archived, so you can go back and you can share this, and you can say, hey, this week I want you to listen to this webinar, and after you're done, let's have a conversation about it. Obviously you need to have watched that video as well, or webinar. Giving them those little assignments, letting them know, telling them, okay, I want you to read these 5 or 10 fact sheets this week, and if you have any questions, let me know. Or I want you to watch this video, or I want you to do this after you've done your your top 50 list. I want you to call me, and we're going to celebrate. Little things like that. Now, a lot of these things are for, you're thinking, okay, well, this is for a new person. They're just getting started. Yes, but if you're going to try and re-engage another business associate, or to engage a business associate, we have to go back to the basics. And the reality is, if they haven't gone through the process, maybe back in the day, maybe they started a year ago with you, and maybe you didn't have a program in place. Maybe you didn't have your own kind of training program. Maybe you weren't running monthly conference calls or webinars with your organization, or you were not having a monthly meeting, physical meeting with your organization. And if you are not having either a meeting once a month or having a webinar or conference call with your team, your downline, then you are severely missing out, because these are training times. These are training opportunities for you. And I know every single person on this call is so busy and we've got so much going on, but we're talking about 1 hour a month. And it's in your schedule and they know it, and maybe it's every fourth Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. or whatever it is. You negotiate it and you figure it out. But they know that that's the time. And maybe it's, at the beginning it's once a week, and maybe it's only for half an hour, and maybe once a month it's a longer training topic or whatever it is. And getting together, that's another important thing, of getting together physically and having that interaction with people. Or maybe you're going to do Google, the name escaped me now, Google Hangouts, sorry. So you can actually see people, like you can have their picture up in line and everybody can see each other and talk to each other. It only works for up to 8 people, but that's an option. Or doing a webinar with your people, or just a conference call where everybody can chat. So these are opportunities for you to re-engage your people and let them know, hey, I know we haven't chatted in a long time, but I'm so excited. I've added all these new components to my business, and I really want to help you get back, into the business, finding out what their issues are. Maybe they were having trouble with, people, like finding people, or they were just not confident with the product, or all these sorts of different things. So you as a leader, as the mentor, sponsor, need to figure these things out, and it's all about asking questions. But the more we communicate with our people, the more we have conversations with them, the more we're going to know. So that's super duper important. And I love this. What business are you really in? You are not in the business of selling a product or service. You are in the personal growth business, using a product like Nature Sunshine to grow your people. And I know that may sound really weird to you and go, oh, well, we sell Nature Sunshine products. Absolutely, 100% you do. But you're also in the personal growth business, because you're developing your people to become leaders. And that's what you need to remember, that you're constantly developing people, and you need to think about that. And you always have to have your top 5 hit list. And, that's not your, people you want to hurt kind of thing. Top 5 hit list is, okay, who are the top 5 people in my organization that I want to help get towards managers? Maybe it's a preferred customer. First, I need to get them to business associate, and then I need to get them to manager. But they've talked to me about, stuff about, oh, I'd love to be able to hit this level and do some more, and I need to make this kind of money, and these types of questions. So it's really important that you know your people and know where they're at. So it's obviously having those conversations with them. The number one way to improve the effectiveness of your salespeople, and we can call them, your business associates, your downline, whatever it is, but in the end, I hate to tell you, but we're actually selling someone a product, because there's an exchange of currency. There's an monetary exchange, so it's an actual sale. So I know that can be scary sometimes, and the reality is every single person on this call, every single person on this planet actually was born a natural salesperson. We absolutely are. Those of you with kids or grandkids and little ones know exactly what I mean, because they are the best. Because if they want something, they're going after it, and they're having that conversation with you. And that conversation can go something like, but I really want it. But why? But why? But why? But why? But why? And sometimes we cave. Sometimes, I would say a good chunk of the time we cave. And they're persistent. They ask the questions. They don't give up, and they have that strong sense of confidence of just ask, just ask, just ask. So we were all born that way. So let's not forget about that inner child here. But the number way to improve the effectiveness of your salesperson, people, associates, whatever you want to call it, is to train them properly. Reinforce the training, and then observe them in the field putting it to use. If you're teaching someone on an herbal hour and they're local, I'm really hoping that you're going to their herbal hour and helping them out and watching them and guiding them. If they're doing a trade show for the first time and they're close by, are you going to watch them for an hour or two and help them and guide them? Because that's your job as a leader, as an of your organization, because that's how you're going to get people to the next level. And if you're doing a trade show or you're doing an herbal hour and there's new people, will you make sure that you always have new people watching you? Always, always, always. If you're running a clinic and you have, appointments one-on-one, and it's great to have your people come and watch you if that's what they're going to be doing. Whatever it is, it's observing them. No one has a magic wand, and the only thing that works is putting in the effort over time. Great training is useless without reinforcement, and you must make, the associates practice. They need to rehearse and then make sure they're actually doing it out in the real world. It takes time and effort, but that's what being a mentor is all about. Excuse me, and anybody that has a business associate in their organization or a manager, that's what you're doing. You are, it takes time and effort, but that's what you're doing. You're a mentor, and you are guiding these people to the next level. Get out on the road. You cannot lead a sales team if you're always in your office or your home. When leaders travel to visit with their sales team, many good things come as a result. And then actually one of them is the higher rate of retention, and this has been proven. Offer to attend their open house or their first herbal hour. You want to support them. Invite other new people to the event as well. So like if you have new business associates, so they can see how it's done. Hold monthly sales meetings with your people, or workshops or leadership meetings, whatever you want to call them. These are great in person, but you can do it via Skype or Google Hangouts. Even if it's just you and another associate, you run the meeting. There were times in my organization, if no one showed up, I still ran the meeting. It was me, myself, and I, because I was practicing. And if it was me and one person that showed up, I gave them my all. And guess what? That person in front of me always turned out to be one of the best people in my organization, because I gave them, 110%. I wasn't going to back out. I wasn't going to be, upset and be like, oh my God, there's only one person here. There should have been 10. This is ridiculous. I'm so upset. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I can do that. Or I can be like, you know what? I'm going to give this person my all. They're going to become managers so fast, and I'm going to spotlight them in front of my entire organization. And I'm going to highlight what we covered, and I'm going to get a testimonial from that person on how amazing the meeting was, and we're just going to move forward. Even if it's just, like I said, if it's just you and another associate run the meeting, keep adding value every chance you get. Make communication with your sales force a top priority. Be consistent in your ongoing communication with your associates. Become the support system that can be counted on day in and day out. You have to work on a plan of communication. Pick a date and time each week that you will talk for at least 30 minutes with them. So maybe it's 15 to 30. Really depends on, you and them and their scheduling and what you want to talk about. Text them throughout the week to follow up and just to check and see how they're doing, and be accessible for them. Text, hey, how's it going? I know you had a meeting with so-and-so. How did that go? Oh, how did your herbal hour go? Like as soon as they're done. Or before their herbal hour, you're going to text and say, I'm so excited for you. Can't wait to hear all about it. Text me your results. But also let them know that, you're not going to answer your phone at, midnight and, on maybe at weekends on a Sunday or this or that, and letting them know when you are accessible and that you will get back to them as soon as possible. But you as a, business person have business hours. So you do have to set some boundaries. So make sure that you do that, because everybody wants, obviously, we don't want to be doing work 24/7. So you want to make sure that you have that plan of communication on once a week on when you're speaking to them. And then, for a new person, probably twice a week, but they're just shorter times. But you have to have a plan of communication on how you're going to communicate. And whether you're doing a weekly email blast, maybe it's a newsletter just for your like for your managers, whatever it is, you need to have that plan of communication, and you have to follow through with it. Okay, this is super duper important, and this is the area that really is talking about how to re-engage people. And we have to check our egos at the door. We have to, think that, hey, maybe it was me. Maybe I didn't follow through. Maybe I didn't give them enough of what they needed. So you need to jump on the phone. That's right. You need to pick up the phone physically and have a conversation and walk through what they liked and didn't like. And ultimately aiming to solve any problem. So maybe they're like, you know what, it was so overwhelming. There was just so many products and I just didn't know where to start, and da-da-da-da-da. Encourage them to be honest and open with you. Again, if you aren't successful in getting them to re-engage with your product and organization, you've left them with a great feeling about your brand, regardless. So maybe if they don't join and come get back, but at least they know that you care and that you want to make a difference and that you're there for them. Make sure you you are reviewing your downline list each month and reaching out. So again, the sooner you reach out, the greater chance you have of keeping them engaged. You can't do this like, oh, okay, every 6 months I'm going to review my list. Okay, well, that's 6 months way too late, and you probably have lost quite a few people. So doing this weekly, doing this monthly at the very least, and making sure and following up with your people. You can email former business associates and just request feedback. You can ask them why they left, or why they haven't been placing orders, or why they haven't been, being actively engaged in the business, or what suggestions they may have for your company. Like, again, you need to think of yourself as the CEO of your organization. So that's what you are. If that's what you want to build, then you need to think like a CEO, chief, executive officer, the president. What are you building here? So again, you can send them an email survey and request feedback. Excuse me. In addition to getting valuable feedback, you'll be reminding them that you do genuinely care about them. Keep your survey short and to the point, though, like maybe only 5 questions, and then thank them for their time. You will add another touch point to their life cycle and leave a great last impression. You'd be surprised how valuable that is when they reconsider, the service or product down the road. So they're like, you know what, I miss my, taking my Nature's Harvest, or I miss this, or I miss that, and oh, I really should, get back into this, and it was so amazing, and people keep asking me, but, I just don't know, and, I'm so glad they reached out to me so I can re-engage. So again, it's having that conversation. Survey your current team, business associates and managers, and ask how things are going and what things they would like to have more of to help them grow and succeed. So ask them, do they want to have a conference call once a month? Do they want to have online training with you? Do they want you to have a webinar? And what are the topics that they would be interested in? Would they like to have an actual physical meeting? And so where and when, what time? Or would they prefer online or Skype or whatever it is? Survey them and ask. So those are some key points. And that's how we're going to re-engage our people, is to actually get the information from them, because there's always something that's standing in the way. And a lot of times it's just a lot of times they just don't feel like they were supported, or they were, given enough hand-holding. And you have to remember, those first 90 days are crucial. And again, I know you're so busy, but put it in your schedule, because that's the only way you're going to build leaders in your organization and move forward. So again, the 3-step process for re-engaging past clients or business associates: identify them and ask yourself, if you want to re-engage, you may have some people that were just, oh my goodness, we're just taking every breath out of you, and that just was negative and didn't want to learn and grow, and they're just blocking you at every path. Okay, you know what? Maybe we just need to let that one go. But I'm sure there were a lot of other people that we lost in the mix that we need to get back. So carve out some time to go through the inactive client files, like once a month or once a week, depending on how busy you are. There's a lot of programs. Like, there's a program called ACT. There's a program called Salesforce. Or maybe you just use Excel to manage your downline information and things like that. There's a lot of CRM systems out there, which is customer relationship management. And you have to remember, your business associates are your customers and clients. So you have to remember that. Okay, and it should be easy to locate your inactive clients and business associates. And there's a lot of tools on the Nature Sunshine website where you can get downline reports and things like that as well. Create categories for how you want to re-engage. And when you sit down to do this exercise, create categories for inactive clients that you want to maybe take to lunch. It was those people that you're like, oh man, they were amazing. They were so great, and I don't understand what happened. And I'd love to get them back. Okay, so maybe I want to have lunch with them. And then there are those who you simply want to make sure are on your newsletter list, and maybe they just purchase once in a while, and that's all they were fine, but you put them on their newsletter list. And maybe there's those you want to include in a direct mail campaign, that you're going to mail out to all a certain group of people. How do these previous clients prefer to communicate? You need to know that. Some people don't like email. Some people like texting. Some people like to get that phone call. Some people like to get hard, direct mail. So you need to know your people. Consider the methods and materials they were most responsive to in the past. If you know someone that's maybe way out in the country, doesn't have computer access, but you can grab them on the phone anytime, well, then we're not going to send them an email. We're going to pick up the phone. So you have to know that, and that should be on your spreadsheet of like communication of like, okay, this is how I deal with these people. And again, track your progress. Make the commitment to revisit the inactive list to see how you're doing. Have you taken those clients out to lunch? Have you called the ones you said you would? Have you mapped out that direct mail campaign? Remember, to stay organized, monitor every touch point and hold yourself accountable for the steps you've planned in order to re-engage. You can't just put this plan in place and say, okay, well, I'm going to call so-and-so and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And, obviously you're not going to get a hold of everybody on the first try. So what happens? Do you put them back in the funnel? Are you trying them again in 3 days, or are you just going to send them an email? What is your plan? So important, so important to have a plan in place and that you're actually tracking it and you're following up with it. That is the biggest thing. And if you don't do that, you're losing people, and you're losing, valuable, PV, PGV, all those types of things that are going to help you grow your organization. Do you have customers or business associates, but how do you keep them coming back for more? 62% of the reasons customers or business associates fail to continue to do business with you is a perceived indifference, because they're not getting a phone call. They're not, if they purchase something, are they getting a thank you card from you within a week? Or are they getting a phone call within a couple of days of getting their order and you're checking in on them and see how they're liking it? Those types of things is those touch points. If they, become a business associate, you talk to them and worked out a plan, like have you sat down with them or had a phone call with them and say, okay, we're going to talk every 3 days and this is your first assignment, and so on and so forth. Again, all of this is online. It's also on the business resource DVD that all new business associates receive. And on that DVD is a success guide. And you have access to that, and it's online, and you also have a train the trainer document online as well under resources and business. So again, there's tools for you. It's just a matter if you're using them. So important. But that perceived indifference can be a huge thing. If they just sign up for a business associate and that's that's that touch point, and then you call them in a month and say, oh, hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you do anything, or I haven't seen you do this or do that. That's not their fault. That's not their fault at all. So you need to be able to follow up with them and stay on track with them. And again, that magic number is 90 days. So we want to make sure that we have a plan that you're consistently following, and it's the same with everyone, because guess what? Now that becomes duplicatable, and now you can give that plan to your downline when they start building an organization. So it becomes easier for you. So you don't have to hold too many more hands when you actually have a plan in place and you're actually working the plan consistently. Even if they know, like, and trust you, they will forget you if you don't keep in touch. It's so important. Remember, it costs a lot more to acquire a new customer than it does to retain an existing one. The whole 80-20 rule. You'll get 20% of your business you'll get 80% of your business from 20% of your people. So again, do you know who your top people are? What are you doing to be remembered by your customers or business associates, prospects, and referral partners? What is your customer relationship management program? That meaning, do you maybe use Salesforce.com, or maybe you use ACT, or maybe it's an online thing that you have, or maybe you just use your Excel spreadsheet. I don't really care what you use as long as you have something. Maybe do the binder system where you have a binder and it's tabs and, you have files for people. That's fine too. Whatever works, but do you have a system in place? And then again, what are you doing to be remembered? Are you sending out a thank you card? Are you sending out a welcome card to a new business associate that's joined your team and how excited you are? Do you put it on Facebook when they join your team? Like, do you have a closed group on Facebook for your team, for your organization? Does your team have a name? Is it, I'm going to use Ramona here because I just was sent her an email. So are you part of Ramona's Rockstar team? Whatever it is. We used to do that all the time, and when conference came, we had t-shirts, and we all were part of this, and we all had the same t-shirts, and we all knew we were part of the same team and organization. We would come up on stage like that. Everybody knew who we were, and there was a reason, because we were rock stars. We were amazing, and we were kicking butt, and that was just part of what we did. And it was fun. We came up with a team name, and we would have a team chant and all these types of things, and just make it fun. So do you have a closed Facebook group where you're actually posting pictures? You could have a picture of your new person on Facebook and welcome Sheila to the team. I'm so excited to have her part of, Ramona's Rockstars, and she's just going to be a great addition to our team. And are you posting stuff on Facebook like, oh, check this out, or check this video, or check this news, or da-da-da-da? Are you helping guide them? So if you don't have a closed Facebook group for your organization, I strongly encourage it. Do you have an email group code for your team so you're consistently sending, updates out? Whatever it is, you need to have a system in place. And whether it's a welcome email, whether it's a welcome text, or whatever you want to do, again, I don't really care. As long as you have something in place, that you have a program in place. So real success formula for training, for selling. Trust and respect equals influence, equals potential for control, which equals more market share at every mutually beneficial opportunity. Excuse me. An excellent brochure or leave behind piece helps as well. Again, reminds them why they bought your product. So this is, again, when you have that first time interaction. The more you remind them, the less chance they will ever forget why they bought. Again, the quality brochure to give them, or your business card, or your newsletter, etc., is fantastic. So again, have that first touch point, right? So maybe they're just a preferred customer. Well, how do we get them to become a business associate? How do we get them to, maybe get onto Sunshine Rewards and have them start promoting their business? What are your touch points? What are your leave behinds? Your goal is to become such a bright spot in your client's day that they actually look forward to your calls, your letters, your emails. Make the relationship fun and entertaining by incorporating into your follow-up such things as, cards, letters, maybe it's games or jokes or gifts or anything like that. It's so important to be top of mind awareness. And, people that I work with and coach, that's one of my biggest things. It's top of mind awareness. When they think of Nature Sunshine, or they think of vitamins and herbs and supplements and health and wellness, do they immediately think of Nature Sunshine? If they don't, then you're leaving valuable business on the table. So what do you have? You are constantly leaving them. Do you have a business card? Does your business card stand out? Do you have, do you staple some, maybe it's a Solstice Nutrition or Energy to all your business cards and you hand those out? Do you ask for a testimonial after? Do you have a brochure? We've got lots of stuff on Vistaprint you can print off. Do you always have it with you? Do you always hand stuff out? Are you wearing maybe a Nature Sunshine hat, t-shirt, whatever it is? Do you have a decal on your car that says Nature Sunshine? These are branding tools. Okay, but again, top of mind awareness. And again, top of mind awareness also goes for your people. Do they know that they can always count on you? That, it's top of mind that, oh, I can count, I'm just going to call them because they know the answer. They're going to be able to help me out. So customer or business associate touch points. Monthly newsletter. If you don't do one, maybe it's something that you need to consider. And again, it doesn't need to be 8 or 10 pages. It could just be 1 page. And then it progresses to 2 pages maybe, or whatever it is. Send 4 stay in touch appreciation cards a year. So basically 1 every 3 months. To all of your clients and business associates. Do handwritten cards. I mean, you can go and get, cards at the dollar store that don't cost you a lot of money. Or you can use send out cards, which is a service online that basically is automated, and then you can just send it out directly, so you don't have to buy anything or buy stamps or anything. It's just done online. Excuse me. And they have some really cool things, and you can even send like different gifts or different gag gifts or different things like that. So it's called send out cards. Email blasts with product specials. They probably get it in the U&E. Maybe they just don't, not that they don't get it, but maybe they just kind of like, okay, and then that's it. But you want to remind them, okay, make sure that you're passing this on. Make sure you're sending this email to all of your clients. Did you put it on your business Facebook page? Blah, 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 all that stuff. Phone calls to remind them to reorder and check in on how they're doing. And again, that's for your preferred customers, but even for business associates, what you do, then they can see, and then they will do it with their people. Make sure that you send them a birthday card. That's so important. Make sure that you maybe put something on Facebook that it's their birthday. Maybe it's their birthday and they get, a free product or 20% discount or something, whatever. Make them feel special. Invite them to events you're having, or if you're doing a trade show, give them free tickets. Again, make them feel special. Hold a customer appreciation night twice a year and invite your customers. You can do this for your team of business associates, managers as well. I would do it once a month. It's a team, and maybe you rotate houses. Make it fun, make it a potluck, do whatever. But you have to engage your people. You can't just sit back and hope for the best, because it just doesn't work out that well. So 4 keys to success. Provide clear direction. Perhaps the most important part of keeping the sales force motivated is providing clear direction. And if you aren't able to provide a clear vision of the path, the company's heading down, then you can't provide your sales force with the deliverables to prove the company and its team members are actually heading down that path. Without the vision, your vision, and steps to get there, you won't be able to keep your sales force motivated. And then on the contrary, the best leaders have a clear vision of where they want to take their organization and are therefore able to mobilize troops to accomplish seemingly impossible goals. So when you have a clear vision of what you're going after, then your people will as well. So, you're going after silver, or you're going after the TAC trip, or whatever it is, and you want to bring as many people with you. So what's your goal? Conference. I want to bring this many people from my organization to conference. So what's that going to take? Having goals all the time. Be likable. Positioning yourself as a likable and respected CEO, that's what you are. You're the CEO of your organization, is imperative to maintaining a loyal and motivated direct sales force. Again, with employees, you can force people, right, to follow you even if you're not respected, and we don't want that. But in direct selling, your sales force, you got to remember that it's a voluntary army. It's a voluntary workforce. So they get to decide who they work for, how long they work for, and where they work. So if people don't like and respect you, they won't stay with you. So make sure that your word is your bond. Make sure that, if you say you're going to do something, you follow up. You don't have to know the answers. And if you don't make something up. Just say, you know what, I'm not really sure, but you know what, I'm going to find out for you and I'll get back to you no later than tomorrow. And you make sure that you do. Next, be transparent and communicate. Communication is key in any relationship. So including that of a direct sales team, keeping the company in the news and then sharing the good news with your sales force creates a sense of pride for the brand they work for. We post stuff on Facebook all the time, and all the different cool accolades that Nature Sunshine Global or US and us get recognized for. Well, I hope you're sharing that with your organization. Also, keeping your sales force updated on what the company's doing is always, is doing what the company's doing allows them to be part of the bigger conversation and shows they are valued. Your team is not always located near you. That's another great feature with Nature Sunshine. You could have people, you could be in BC, but you could have people in Ontario. Okay? So that's the great thing. So maybe sending a video update from you, their leader, is a great way to keep team members that may be located far away feeling closely connected. And then you can help break up the distance. Like a video weekly update would be so cool. Like 5-10 minutes, not even. Maybe it's 5 minutes. And again, you sit in front of your computer and click record and then send out, or do it with your phone. It does not have to be super fancy, not at all, because people just want real and raw and transparency. So how cool would that be? And number 4, it's all about the product and the opportunity. Just as important as the points we just talked about, you need to provide your sales force with the best opportunity possible and a product they're proud of. And how lucky are we that we have the most unbelievable product in Nature Sunshine? It's crucial that the field believes in the product they're selling, since in today's market there's so many copycats out there, and you can't really copycat what we do because we have the best quality and it's phenomenal, and we pride ourselves on that, and that's what we talk about. Essentially, if you don't have a real value proposition, you won't be successful. So you're lucky, again, to be in an industry where we are the best of the best, and we have an amazing product. We have an amazing guarantee. We have an amazing service team that follow up. So we have, the best of the best, which is awesome. Okay, 10 tips to inspire, engage your team. Create a team identity. I talked about this earlier. Do you have a team name? Maybe you have a logo. Does your team call themselves something? You know, we had team apparel, tote bags, graphics, and a team logo. And yeah, I'm taking, actually, just to preface this, the next 10 tips actually come from a direct sales individual out there currently and is running very, very, very successful large organization. And this is what they do. And it's not with Nature Sunshine, it's with someone else, but it's all the same context. And I did a lot of this stuff with my organization. But again, so this person is, you know, they plastered on everything and it helps create an identity. When members can identify with a team concept, they will start to build an emotional connection to that identity, and they will want to maintain that team membership. If you have a team Facebook group, which we talked about, and I hope you do, continually post things that aren't just about your brand, but fun things as well that will help team members get to know each other. For example, this person did regular Motivation Monday and Throwback Thursday, their games, where members are encouraged to post quotes and pictures. You know, it's fun and helps everyone feel more connected to both the team overall and each other. So if you don't have a team identity, I think it would be really cool to create one. Offer incentives and challenges. Many will be competitively motivated by a win, even if there isn't a prize associated with it. So even just putting out a challenge will get some people engaged. Offer monthly challenges to the team. Maybe it's the volume, sponsoring, biggest increase over last month, biggest team player, or could be, you know, some recent challenges, along with pop challenges that are maybe like for a shorter duration. Prizes could be just bragging rights, or you print off a certificate, go to the dollar store and buy like a little trophy, or maybe it's business materials that will help the winner. You know, and always post the prize with the challenge so they know what they're working for. So these types of little things inspire people and they get excited about it, and that's what we want. I cannot stress enough how important this is. Hold regular team meetings and training sessions. And again, whether you have 1 or 10, just do it. One of your primary responsibilities as a mentor and leader is to provide training. And whether this is through team meeting, documents, videos, or chatting on social media, continually offering new and fun ways to stay connected to the educational aspects of your business will help team members feel engaged. This person would do pop quiz challenges to her team a couple times per month, and they would go on Facebook, excuse me, and over 60 to 90 minutes, she posted questions related to the business. And then the first person to answer correctly got the point. Whoever has the most points then got bragging rights, and it really turned into a fun activity that they looked forward to. It's still training, but it was fast-paced, slightly competitive, and can be held publicly so everyone can read it, so everyone in your organization. Again, this is a closed group. So even if they don't participate, they'll see it and they'll learn. Again, do you hold weekly, monthly, or no team meetings? How about conference calls? This person held weekly team conference calls because hers was all across the country. And then they would have holiday gatherings and then occasional local meetings for those nearby. And for them, that was very successful and saw the importance of team bonding relationships. These types of gatherings are what spur people into attending bigger regional and national events like our conference. You know, also hold a team meeting at convention. This is really fun. She would do training, awards, and recognition because she was building her business online, and some of her people were as well, and it gives everyone a chance to put faces and names together and create lasting friendships beyond the business opportunity. I mean, there is free time built into conference, so having a team dinner maybe, or a team something happening, whether it's a breakfast or doing on the evening that we have the free night, which is Friday. You know, if you do hold team meetings, why do you think they're important? What do you cover at your team meetings? Think about these things and then poll your team on what matters most to them. When you engage them in the conversation, they get more buy-in. When you actually have them run a portion of the meeting, oh my gosh, they get so excited and they prepare and they are rock stars. Again, the bonding and friendships created can really sustain people and inspire them to move forward. Again, they cover all different topics related to the business, so get the team involved and assisting and coaching on topics they know. That is so powerful, and again, it takes the onus off on all of you that you think, oh my God, I have to run these weekly meetings or monthly meetings and it's all me. No, 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 no. We want to delegate and we want to share. I love this. Encourage shameless self-promotion. Because again, everyone's independent, no one is going to know how great things are going for you unless you tell them. And she encourages her team to share their successes on their team Facebook page. It could be about their table display, a trade show, or a particularly great herbal hour they had, or where they just passed out a catalog or business card and got a new customer. Giving everyone permission to brag freely encourages a couple things. First, when someone posts, hey, I just had a great, herbal hour, let me tell you all about it, that person is going to get all kinds of congrats from their team members, and that's amazing. Second, showing how people are having success will motivate others. Again, perhaps there may be a little jealousy there with if she can, he can do it, so can I. And that's not a bad thing. I want to brag about my success too. So again, you are then duplicating your model of leadership by encouraging everyone to be a leader. And again, it's more fun doing business with people that you know and that you have fun with. And that's how we create long-lasting organizations and a legacy. 5, recognize and celebrate. No success is too large or too small. Did someone just have their first launch party or open house? Brag about them. Did someone just do their first vendor event trade show where they were nervous? Post a picture of them and their display and congratulate them. Did someone just sponsor their first team member? Congratulate them both and make sure to call your new leader the very best choice in mentors the new consultant could have possibly made. People love to be recognized publicly. And for someone who's a bit more humble or shy, shameless self-promotion that we just talked about may not be their cup of tea. So again, you need to keep a watch and brag for them. And this will help establish you as a leader for celebrating the success of the team. So if they don't want to brag about themselves, but you know what they've done, let's promote you or be the person to promote them. Share success wherever you can. Create a no drama, no negativity team culture. And again, this starts and ends with you. If you allow negativity, drama, frustrations, or toxicity into your team, whether it's online or through social media or in person, it's going to spread like wildfire. So setting the team tone and expectation directly and assertively will help people know what it is and isn't allowed. People will, of course, have challenges and frustrations. So channel them appropriately to one-on-one conversations. Keep it in perspective, and then keep that public team forum for positivity. So if they see in the tiniest inkling of something, they would have half a dozen people messaging me immediately, this person, Brenda, go shut that down. They don't want it on their team either. So again, make sure that you're setting the expectations for your team of what's expected of them, and that's common courtesy and that we respect our fellow teammates. Connect with each team member personally. Again, people are all motivated differently. Take time to connect with each of your team members. And again, if your team's too large, at least your first 2 levels. Ask about them. Ask personal things about them, their children, jobs, hobbies, etc. Again, under customer relationship management, you've got all this information in there, I hope, and that you know, and you can have, real conversations with people. Care about them personally, more than just what volume they're doing for the team. That, above all else, is so important. Welcome new team members at all levels. This may seem like a small thing, but building that personal connection with your team members makes a big impact to a new consultant associate. A phone call, an email, Facebook message, a welcome note in the mail, all will help that person feel important and that you took the time to welcome them. If they're on your front line, you should also be welcoming them personally to the entire team on your Facebook group. And again, if you don't have a group Facebook for your team, you should, where you recognize and celebrate and you educate as well. Number 9, encourage collaboration versus competition. Again, direct sales is inherently competitive. We're all looking for team members, customers and people to have herbal hours and things like that. But the best leaders are going to promote collaboration first and competition second. Information sharing at all levels, sharing success at all levels, and recognition at all levels. Again, she personally tends to share a lot of motivational team-oriented quotes. Again, we row fastest when we all row together as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work, things like that. Your team will know that you are encouraging everyone's success and will help break down the barriers of that competition. There's a fine line, of course. Her sales team was large. You don't push anyone to share outside of the downline information, of course, but everyone wants their own team to be successful and information gives you the edge. But again, she would share freely and then encourage others to do so. She would share like graphics, training ideas, strategies about working, what's not, and then building that culture of collaboration. So again, just encourage your team members to share what's working. Maybe it's a flyer they used, or maybe it was a poster, maybe it was a great trade show, and they encourage others to look in their area for this, or they use this email blast and they got this great response, or whatever it is. I mean, just have your team share what's working with their team members. And walk the talk. Final one here. Finally, be the role model. Be the change you wish to see in your team. When your team sees you doing the things above, like the ones we just talked about, working your business, sharing your successes, recognizing and celebrating others, connecting personally, they're going to want to continue to stay engaged and connect with you. Ultimately, this comes down to your leadership. Whether your team is 2 people or 2,000, or if you work your business an hour a day or full-time. When you truly care about the success of your team members, they're going to see it, and they will want to help you be successful because you are helping them be successful. Be a strong leader, and people will be motivated to follow you. That is how you're going to successfully grow your business. And I absolutely love this quote by Richard Branson. Complexity is your enemy. Any fool can make something complicated. It is hard to keep things simple. KISS. Keep it simple, sunshine. Simply keep it simple. Simple. Have simple steps. Have a simple program. Have a simple step-by-step path for their first 90 days. And again, we've already put that together for you. You just have to utilize it. Put together a simple communication plan. Again, we don't want to overwhelm people. And again, complexity is the enemy. We don't want to do that. We just want to keep it simple. And again, I love these quotes. I want to inspire people. I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. And the quote there by Martin Luther King Jr., life's most urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And I want you to remember that every single day. What are you doing for others? So what are you doing for your team? I know so many of you are, maybe have clinics or clients, and you work out of your home, and you have appointments daily and hourly, and you're so busy, but you have to remember, if you're going to grow yourself and grow your business and help grow your organization, is to spread the word about Nature Sunshine and the amazing product that we have. You need to have a plan that you can share and grow your people. And again, once you have a plan, it doesn't take a lot of time. And when you have programs in place, it's all duplicatable. You don't have to keep reinventing things. And I don't want you to reinvent things because we've already created so much for you online. So are you taking the time to, check out the website, look at all the training resources and business materials? Again, so important. It's already there. Don't reinvent the wheel. You don't have to, and we don't want you to. You don't have to do that. Again, we want you to do what you do best, and that's share the word and share the sunshine and help people and change their lives with our products and with the opportunity. So I hope I gave you some thoughts and some tools here and tips to help you grow your organization and to keep them engaged and to re-engage them. And to re-engage them simply is to pick up the phone and talk to them. And you may have to, like I said, check your ego at the door, because maybe it was something that you did and you just didn't, follow up enough, or you didn't provide enough service or value or whatever it is. But you need to ask the questions, and you need to be open-minded, and you need to listen, and you just need to move forward. But it's as simple as that. So we have, obviously, just go through some promotions here. So we've got Sunshine Rewards. So this is ending on August 31st, so 2 weeks left for this. So again, they get an extra 5%, and they're getting a free crystal clear. So super duper awesome. And as you know, with Sunshine Rewards, signing up new people earns you I-Inspire points. So definitely something to keep on the radar, but only 2 weeks left. The next webinar we have is What is Inform, and that's next week on Monday at 9 p.m. And then the 29th is the NSP opportunity at 9 p.m. And then we also have, on September 7th, we have Julie Devissier speaking on healthy eating options now that kids are back to school, and she's going to be speaking on that topic. So another great webinar coming up, and then we have our regular ones coming up in September, and all of this information is on the website. So again, you can check that out. Conference. I hope you guys are so excited about conference. It is less than 2 months away, and we are so excited. It's going to be fantastic, amazing speakers, so many new things are going to be launched. It's just going to be probably one of the most spectacular conferences we've had in the most beautiful cities, Calgary, Alberta. So again, if you haven't registered, you should. And then Bronze Academy is going to be fantastic, and there's more information coming on that. And then the first 200 people that register will get Tiffany Peterson, who will be one of our guest speakers. You'll get the DVD on Nourishing Your Network CD. So if you haven't signed up, be one of the first 200. And then there's the Informed certification taking place at conference as well. So again, all this information is online for you. This special is going on to the 21st, so this Sunday when the Olympics is over. So again, all these great promotions, so make sure you take advantage of that and share that with your organization and post it on Facebook, send emails, whatever you need to do. And then again, we have these specials. The one on the right is taking place until the 19th, and then the other ones are all the great specials happening until the end of the month. So don't forget about these. Make sure you're promoting them and getting them out to all of your team and to your clients. We have this fantastic We Miss You promotion, and it's taking place, it was on the 15th till September 15th, so 1 month. This is also on the website, so please make sure you check it out and send this out again to all of your clients. Again, that's, to help them to get re-engaged. This is another tool for that. Online training certification for informed coaches. So this is for new informed coaches as well as any current coaches. So if you're a current coach but you haven't done too much with Inform, you can do this class for free. So we strongly encourage you to do that. And then if they want to become an assistant coach to help you run your classes, they can do that as well. And then also to become a full-fledged coach, they can do this online as well. And this is taking place in about a week and a half. So I guess 2 weeks really, but this is so awesome, and you definitely want to be certified before convention, so you are ready to go. Or just give you some little more advanced training at conference, and you want to be able to be running classes and getting going, because the stuff that we are going to be announcing at convention is going to be ridiculous, and you're going to be just blown away about all the amazing stuff that we have to offer. So definitely something that you want to be a part of. So that is what we have for you today. I want to thank you so much. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email me directly at trickr@natr.com. Once again, this was recorded and will be up on the website, and I will be sending out the link shortly to everyone. But I want to thank you so much for your time. I want to thank you so much for being with us, and just really, take the time to re-engage your people, to talk to them, to create a program, to just really be there for them. And if you don't have a team, that's okay too, because you need to have people on the radar, having your top 5 hit list in a sense of who are the people that I want to work with, who are the people that I can get to the next level. So always having that in your mind is so important. So again, thank you so much. Hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful end of August, and I cannot wait to see everyone at convention. Thanks, everyone.